Welcome to the Yellow Belt Training Class 10. Let's begin. Kyosuke. Hurry. Yo. Let's begin with prayer. God, we praise you today. Lord, you are an amazing and wonderful God. Lord, thank you again for this opportunity to train. Lord, give us safety and patience as we train hard. In Jesus' name, amen. Let's go ahead and quote the character quality patience. Patience versus restlessness. Enduring a difficult situation with a positive attitude. Rejoice in our confident hope. Be patient in trouble and keep on praying. Romans 12:12.
Let's warm up. Jumping jacks, begin. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, hey, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, hey, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, hey, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, hey, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, up down, ich, ni, san, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, side to side, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, forward and back, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, on rotations forward, small, ni, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, reverse, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, big ones forward, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, over and under, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, kame, swing backs, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, twist the ball of your foot, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, stretch to your side, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, twist punch, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, torso rotations, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, other direction, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, Gu, Ju, to the side, high block, reverse punch, ich, ni, son, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, other direction, ich, ni, son, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju. Legs apart, stretch up, breathe in, breathe out, down, ich, ni, son, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, to the side, ich, ni, son, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, other direction, ich, ni, son, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, ankle rotations, ich, ni, son, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, other direction, ich, ni, son, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, hip rotations, ich, ni, son, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, other direction, ich, ni, son, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, side to side, ich, ni, son, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, front kick stretch, low level, ich, ni, son, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, mid-level, ich, ni, son, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, switch, low level, ich, ni, son, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, mid-level, ich, ni, son, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, side, low level, ich, ni, son, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, mid-level, ich, ni, son, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, other side, low level, ich, ni, son, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, gu, ju, mid-level, ich, ni, son, she, go, rook, sich, hutch, gu, ju. Knee rotations, ich, knee, son, she, go, rook, sich, hutch, gu, ju. Other direction on ich, knee, son, she, go, rook, sich, hutch, gu, ju. In and out, ich, knee, son, she, go, rook, sich, hutch, gu, ju. Calf stretch. Ich, knee, son, she, go, rook, sich, hutch, gu, ju. Mountain climbers. Ich, knee, son, she, go, rook, sich, hutch, gu, ju. Ich, knee, son, she, go, rook, sich, hutch, gu, ju. Ich, knee, son, she, go, rook, sich, hutch, gu, ju. And yummy. Squat kicks. Ich, knee, son, she, go, rook, sich, hutch, gu, ju. Push-ups. Ich, knee, son, she, go, rook, sich, hutch, gu, ju. Ich, knee, son, she, go, rook, sich, hutch, gu, ju. Ich, knee, son, she, go, rook, sich, hutch, gu, ju. Ich, knee, son, she, go, rook, sich, hutch, gu, ju. Front snap kick. Ich, knee, son, she, go, rook, sich, hutch, gu, ju. Hey, switch. Ich, knee, son, she, go, rook, sich, hutch, gu, ju. Hey, roundhouse kick, lead leg. Ich, knee, son, she, go, rook, sich, hutch, gu, ju. Hey, switch. Ich, knee, son, she, go, rook, sich, hutch, gu, ju. Hey. Balance drill. Right leg up. Ich, knee, son, she, go, rook, sich, hutch, gu, ju to the side. Ich, knee, son, she, go, rook, sich, hutch, gu, ju. Back. Ich, Ni, Son, Shi, Go, Rook, Sich, Hutch, Gu, Ju, roundhouse forward. Ich, Ni, Son, Shi, Go, Rook, Sich, Hutch, Gu, Ju, and relax. Other leg, up. Ich, Ni, Son, Shi, Go, Rook, Sich, Hutch, Gu, Ju to the side. Ich, Ni, Son, Shi, Go, Rook, Sich, Hutch, Gu, Ju. Back. Ich, Ni, Son, Shi, Go, Rook, Sich, Hutch, Gu, Ju. Roundhouse forward. Ich, Ni, Son, Shi, Go, Rook, Sich, Hutch, Gu, Ju, and relax.
Let's spend a little bit of time working on the outside inside block. At this point, we've done it slow and medium. We're going to go ahead and do it fast here in a little bit, but this is the last time that we're actually going to concentrate on the outside inside block on the yellow belt videos, unless you want to go back and review. So what we're going to do is let's go ahead and go through it slow, medium, and then go ahead and do it fast here at the end. Let's start with putting our right hand out in front, nice and slow. Ich, Ni, Son, Shi, Go, Rook, Sich, Hutch, Gu, Ju. Hey! Let's continue on. Ich, Ni, Son, Shi, Go, Rook, Sich, Hutch, Gu, Ju. Hey! And you may relax. Shake out your shoulders a little bit. Now remember, as we're doing this outside inside block, be thinking of the things that are important for this outside inside block. Where are we blocking? Making sure that we contract our muscles. Make sure we're only going far enough. Make sure we're not leaning over. Also, when we contract, then we want to relax. So try to remember all these things as we do this. Let's go ahead and move to a medium speed. Go ahead and put your right arm in front. Here we go. Ich, Ni, Son, Shi, Go, Rook, Sich, Hutch, Gu, Ju. Yeah. Hey! Let's continue on. Ich, Ni, Son, Shi, Go, Rook, Sich, Hutch, Gu, Ju. Yeah. Hey! And you may relax. Excellent. Now, if you feel pretty confident with that, let's go ahead and move forward. If not, go ahead and pause, go back a bit, and practice that until you feel pretty comfortable with that medium speed. Let's go ahead and work on the outside inside block at full speed, full power, trying to apply all of those things we've talked about. And remember, as we do full speed and full power and you tighten, remember to relax afterwards. It's a common tendency to be tight and just stay there. And then if you're tight all the time, you're going to be going really slow. So make sure that after you tighten, you do relax. Go ahead and put your arm out in front. Here we go. Full speed, full power. Ich. Ni. Son. Shi. Go. Rook. Siege. Hutch. Go. Ju. Hey. Continue. Ich. Ni. Son. Shi. Go. Rook. Siege. Hutch. Go. Ju. Hey. Anyway. Let's go ahead and practice the outside-inside block slowly, stepping forward and back in review. Go ahead and step back with your right leg. Low block with your left arm. Stepping forward. Outside-inside block, slowly. Ich. Ni. Son. Shi. Go. Rook. Siege. Hutch. Gu. Ju. Hey. Switch. Ich. Ni. Son. Shi. Go. Rook. Siege. Hutch. Gu. Ju. Hey. And Yame. Shake it out a little bit. Now remember, as we're stepping, we're going to try to combine these timing elements with our stance. So make sure that when we end our stance, we're gripping the floor. Everything stops at the same time. Here we go. Medium speed. Right leg back. Stepping forward. Ich. Ni. Son. Shi. Go. Rook. Siege. Hutch. Gu. Ju. Kia. Hey. Switch. Ich. Ni. Son. Shi. Go. Rook. Siege. Hutch. Gu. Ju. Kia. Hey. And Yome. Let's spend a little bit of time on the back stance. Now, hopefully you've had a lot of time to do the back stance. We've done it in formations and in some of the kata. But I want to go over probably what I see in students is the most common mistake in the back stance. And this is this. As you step forward, I often see this, where your body leans forward. And then you drag the foot and then step forward. And this is usually due to the fact of not pushing off of this back leg strong enough and then keeping your hips straight up. So I'll see this, or even just slightly. And what we really want to do is we want to make sure that our body is straight and down, almost as though somebody is pulling your belt. If you ever have the opportunity to have a friend or a training partner grab hold of this belt and just kind of give it a good tug as you're moving forward, keep the pressure there, and it will kind of help remind you to keep my hips straight up and down. It's really hard if somebody's pulling on your belt to do this. So be thinking about that. Hips forward, keeping my body straight up and down. If you ever move like this and you get your body off of balance, your opponent will really be able to use that to their advantage. So always make sure that you're straight up and down as we're moving in these stances, especially this back stance. Let's go ahead and practice the back stance, kind of a medium, slow speed, just concentrating on that one aspect. Go ahead and put your hands on your hips, right leg back, and do a back stance. Remember, all I really want you to concentrate on is this leaning. The other things are important as well, but sometimes it's good to isolate one thing at a time that you're working on. So right now, just working on body straight up and down. Here we go, step forward. Each, and back. Knee. Son. She. Go. Rook. Sich. Hutch. Goo. Jew. And switch. And I'll do the side view. Remember, don't lean. If you need to, grab your own belt here, just as a reminder. Each. And see how that pulls it straight up and down. Knee. Son. She. Go. Rook. Sich. Hutch. Goo. Jew. And yame. So as you concentrate in the future on this back stance, doing different techniques and things, always make sure that your body is straight up and down and that you use that back leg to push you forward instead of dragging and bending over. Let's practice combination number 16. Side hammer fist strike in a horse stance, shift to a front stance, reverse punch. Nice and slow, 1 count per move. Each. Knee. Each. Knee. Each. Knee. Each. Knee. Each. Knee. Hey! Right. Let's do that again. 1 count per side. Each. Knee. Son. She. Go. Hey! Anyway. Again, 1 count per side. A little bit faster. Each. Knee. Son. She. Go. Hey! Okay. One more time. Medium speed. Each. Knee. Son. She. Go. Hey! And Sholan, patience. When you practice the knife hand block on the bag, you want to make sure that you're hitting it in the right spot and that your hand is nice and tight and not relaxed. When you start off hitting the bag with a knife hand block, make sure that you start off softly. It's really easy to damage parts of your hand if you hit in the wrong spot and you hit real hard. So start off with the knife hand block, make sure you're in the right distance here, and just real gently tap the bag to get an idea of where it works, where it goes on your hand. Nice and easy. A few times. Then as you feel comfortable, then you can increase the speed and the power. Once you feel pretty good with the technique as far as where you hit and your position of the hand, you can practice like this. Ich. Then bring on the other arm up. Ni. Son. Shi. Go. So make sure that when you do the knife hand block, hit the correct spot and work up towards being able to hit it harder and harder, and eventually you'll get to where you can practice knife hand block at full speed and full power. Ich. Ni. Son. Shi. Go. Like that. Train hard and continue to hit the bag as often as you can. We're going to continue to work on the outside-inside hammer fist strike. Now hopefully, over the course of time, as you're practicing this strike, you're visualizing where you're striking. We've done the outside-inside block, and again, these are very similar. So make sure that when you do the block or the strike that you're visualizing what you're doing. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and practice this outside-inside hammer fist strike, but we're going to go ahead and do it at multiple levels. Okay? We don't want to get stuck just striking at one spot always, to where if we ever had to go up or down, that it would be difficult. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and do it kind of a slow, medium speed. We'll do 4 strikes to the head, 4 strikes to the body, and then 4 strikes low. We'll go ahead and do this together. So start by just having your arm out in front. Let's go ahead and start off with 4 to the head. Ich. Ni. Son. Shi. Now let's do 4 to the mid. Ich. Ni. Son. Shi. Now let's do 4 low. Ich. Ni. Son. Shi. Let's do that again. 4 high. Ich. Ni. Son. Shi. 4 mid. Ich. Ni. Son. Shi. 4 low. Ich. Ni. Son. Shi. And relax. Now, as you've done this, you probably noticed that one of these might be easier than the rest. Or you might find that one of them is more challenging. We have been practicing here at this level for a while for our outside-inside block, knife hand block. A lot of the things that we practice are in this range. So your body's going to get comfortable doing things in this range. But what we want to do is we want to get outside of that. We want to get outside of our comfort area and make sure that if we have to go outside of that comfort area, that we have the ability to do so. So if you're finding that this strike or this strike is challenging or difficult, or you just don't feel you have the power in that one, I would encourage you to spend more time practicing that one than in your comfort zone. If you have a spot where you can hit a heavy bag or an object, spend some time hitting in that spot that's uncomfortable so that you can build that up to where all of the levels feel more and more comfortable. Let's go ahead and do a medium fast speed. We'll go ahead and do 4 per level, just like we did before. Start by putting one arm in front. Let's do 4 head level, medium to a fast speed. Ich, ni, son, shi. Let's do 4 mid. Ich, ni, son, shi, and 4 low. Ich, ni, son, shi. Let's do that again. 4 high. Ich, ni, son, shi. 4 mid. Ich, ni, son, shi, and 4 low. Ich, ni, son, shi, and yame. Remember, if any of those were challenging, spend extra time concentrating on that technique so that you can use it effectively in the future at any level. We're going to work some more on our 5-step sparring, number 1 and 2. Now at this point, hopefully you've done it enough to where you feel comfortable going at a slow and a medium speed. What we want to do now is work on full speed and full power. Now a few things to remember as we do this. If I'm the attacker, what I want to be doing is concentrating on all of those things that we've talked about in previous lessons, as far as making sure that my knees are in the right spot, making sure that I'm not telegraphing, making sure that I'm not lifting up my shoulders or my eyes. I want to concentrate on my attack. This 5-step sparring isn't just for the person that's defending. It's also for this person that is attacking. So as I'm doing this, I want to be thinking about these things in my mind. What I can do as little as possible for my movement, but still make it as effective as possible. So those things that I'm thinking about as I come forward, minimal movement, making sure I have good rotation of my hips, making sure that when I finish my technique, I grip the floor. Here, I stop all my techniques correctly. Those are the things that you need to be thinking about as you're attacking. Now, the same is true as you're defending. If I'm defending, I want to make sure that I'm working on my timing, that I'm doing the block at the last possible moment so I'm not committing to that block. I want to make sure that when I do block, that my hips are in the correct position to throw a counterattack. I want to make sure that I'm gripping the floor. All of those things you should be thinking about as you're moving forward and back. Now what we're going to do is do full speed and full power. Now a few things to keep in mind as you do this. Make sure that you're comfortable with the slow and medium speed before you do this, because we want to prevent injury. Also, if you're the attacker, make sure that you're punching to the forehead area. We don't want to punch to the nose just in case there's a distance issue. Make sure that you punch to the forehead. Another thing too is when you get to your last technique, go ahead and throw that reverse punch quickly. We want to get into the habit of blocking and punching quickly, so reduce that speed. Let me show you what this is going to look like at full speed and full power. Okay. Ready? Yo. Miki shows and kutsats kanabrai. Hey! Hey! Jodan Oizuki. Hey! Ich! Ni! Son! Hey! Okay. Ich! Ni! Son! Hey! Okay. Go ahead and make sure that you have your partner with you. Make sure you have your safety gear on. And let's go ahead and step through this at full speed and full power. Face your partner. Escape.
Ready? Yo. Migi後ろずんくつらつくのばい。はい。はい。Stepping forward. Jodan Oizuki. Go ahead and say Jodan Oizuki. Kiawan ready? My count. 1 2 3 ダメ 1 2 3 はいダメ 1 2 3 はいダメ 1 2 3 はいダメ Let's move on. Number 2, Jodan Oizuki, low level punch. 1 2 3はいダメ 1 2 3はいダメ One more time. 1 2 3はいダメ 1 2 3はいダメよーいよしけReady? Yo.
This concludes the Yellow Belt Training Class 10. Go ahead and spend some time doing a personal cool down. This time I would like you to concentrate on the character quality endurance. We did endurance earlier in the classes and now we're working on patience, but I want you to go ahead and review endurance. We'll make sure this is on the screen after this class so that you can look through it. Go ahead and review it a few times in your mind, make sure you have it memorized, and then if possible, during your cool down, go ahead and read James chapter 1 if you have the ability to do that. And then next time, we'll go ahead and concentrate on patience and read the next chapter for that as well. Kyosuke. Ready?